Shalom, Shalom, Shabbat, Adonai. Welcome to the Sixth Exodus program. Thank you for listening. Name of this segment is Descendants of Noah. I'd like to read to you the book of Jasher, chapter 10, in its entirety, and the Bible, chapter 10. In between, I will have comments concerning um, not every, not every, not every name I will not comment on. I think those are pretty much self-explanatory, but nevertheless, we will comment on some of them. Let's start with the book of Jasher first, chapter 10. And Peleg, the son of Eber, died in those days, in the 48th year of the life of Abram, the son of Terah. And all the days of Peleg were 239 years. And when the Lord had scattered the sons of men on account of their sin at the tower, behold, they spread forth unto many divisions, and all the sons of men were dispersed unto the four corners of the earth, and all the families became each according to its language, its land, or its city. And the sons of men built many cities according to their families, and all the places where they went, and throughout the earth where the Lord had scattered them. And some of them built cities and places from which they were afterwards expired, and they called these cities after their names, or the names of their children, or after their particular occurrences. And the sons of Japheth, the sons of Noah, went and built themselves cities in the places where they were scattered, and they called all the cities after their names. And the sons of Japheth were divided upon the face of the earth unto many different of languages. And these are the sons of Japheth, according to their families: Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tyrus. These are the children of Japheth, according to their generations. And the children of Gomer, according to these cities, were the Frankims, who dwelt in the lands of Franza, by the river Franza, by the river Sina. And the children of Rapha are Bathonium, who dwelt in the land of Bathonia, by the river Leda, which empties its water into the great sea Gibon, that is oceans. And the children of Tagama are these families, and these are the names: Buga, Fraktunek, Bolga, Elachium, Rigbig, Torquay, Big, Zebbai, Orangel, and Talmaz. All these spread and rested in their north and built themselves cities, and they called their cities after their own names. These are they who abide by the river Hithala and Itla unto this. But the family of Angoli, Balgar, and Peruzak, they dwell by the river Dumzi, and the names of their cities are according to their own names. Now, Dumzi are the there are 7 rivers in the Dumzi. All of the rivers begin with the letter D in the Black Sea. This is what this is talking about. All the rivers in the Black Sea. This is Bolga, Agonai, and Bulgar, and Perunzak, dwelt by the great river Dubzi. All the Black Sea, there are 7 rivers that goes and flows out of the Black Sea near Russia. This is what this area is talking about. And the children of Javan are Jabanim, which dwelt in the land of Macedonia. Macedonia is Greece. And the children of Magdar are the Olurim, and dwelt in the land of Kershon. The children of Tubal are those who dwelt in the land of Tushia by the river Pashili. And the children of Meshath are the Shebonai. The children of Tyrus are Ruhas, Cushi, Angoliash. All these went and built themselves cities. These are the cities that are situated by the sea, Jabus, by the river Korah, which emptied itself into Torgan. And these children of Elishas are the Almanim, and they also went and built themselves cities. These are the cities situated between the mountains of Job and Shebalamoth. And these are the people of Lambordini, who dwelt opposite the mountains of Job and Shebamoth. And they conquered the land of Italia and remained there unto this day. And the children of Chittim are Romim, who dwelt in the valley of Canopia by the river Tabaru. And the children of Dunanim are those who dwelt in the cities of the sea of Gihon and the land Bardona. These are the families of the children of Japheth according to their cities. and languages when they were scattered from the tower. And they called their cities after the names and occurrences of these are the names of all the cities according to their families, which they built in those days after the tower. And the children of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Put, Canaan, according to the generations and cities. Now, Put is modern day Libya. Cush is modern day Ethiopia. Canaan is modern day Palestine, Palestinians. And Mizraim is Egypt, modern day Egypt. Okay, let's continue with verse 20. All these went and built themselves cities as they found fit places for them, and they called their cities after the names of their fathers: Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. And the children of Mizraim are Deludim, Ananim, Lehabim, Naphbuthim, Pathrohim, Coluhim, Caphuhim. All these dwelt by the river Shihar. This is the brook of Egypt, and they built themselves cities and called them after their own names. And the children of Pathros and Cashloth intermarried together, and from them went forth the Bethlehem, the Azarim, and the Gazarim, and Gathram, and the Acrorim, and all the families. These also built themselves cities and called the cities after their names of the fathers unto this day. And the children of Canaan also built cities, themselves cities, and they called their cities after their names, even cities and others without number. And 4 men from the family of Ham went to the land of the plain. These are the names of the 4 men: Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, Zeboim. And these men built 4 cities in the land of the plain, and they called the names of their cities after their own names. And they and their children and all belonging to them dwelt in those cities. And they were fruitful and multiplied greatly and dwelt peaceably. And Seir, the son of Hur, son of Hivi, son of Canaan, went and found a valley opposite to the Mount Paran, and he built a city there. And he and his 7 sons and his household dwelt there. And he called the city which he built Seir, according to his name, that is in the land of Seir unto this day. These are the families of the children of Ham, according to their languages and cities, when they were scattered to their countries after the tower. And some of the children of Shem, sons of Noah, father of all the children of Eber, also went and built themselves cities in the places wherein they were scattered, and they called their cities after their names. And the sons of Shem were Elam, Asher, Aphaxaz, Lud, and Aram. And they built themselves cities and called the name of all their cities after their names. And Asher, son of Shem, and his children and household went forth at that time, a very large body of them. They went to a distant land that they found, and they met with very extensive valley in the land that they went to, and they built themselves 4 cities, and they called them after their own names and occurrences. And these are the names of the cities which the children of Asher built: Havilah, Rezin, Kala, and Rehoboth. And the children of Asher dwelt there unto this day. And the children of Aram also went and built cities, a city, and they called the name of the city Uz, after their oldest brother, and they dwelt therein. This is the land of Uz to this day. And in the 2nd year after the tower, a man from the house of Ursher, whose name was Bela, went from the land of Nineveh to sojourn with his household wherever he could find a place, and they came until opposite of the cities of the plain of Sodom, and they dwelt there. And the name rose up and built there a small city, and called its name Bela, after his name, that is in the land of Zohar, until this day. And these are the families of the children of Shem, according to their language and cities, after they were scattered upon the face after the face of the earth after the tower. In every kingdom and city and family of the families of the children of Noah built themselves many cities after this, and they established governments in all their cities in order to regulate by their order. So did all the families of the children of Noah forever. Nimrod reigned in wickedness. Terah, Abram, Abram's father, practiced idolatry. When he was 50 years old, Abram returned his father's house and discovered his father's idols. Abram takes a hatchet and destroys them, leaving the hatchet in the hand of the larger idol, where it was discovered by his father. Abraham Abram tells his father that the great God had risen up in anger and destroyed his fellows. Terah, in his wrath, betrayed Abram to the king, who being him, who brought him before the throne for judgment. Abram warned his father and the kings of the evils of idolatry. And Nimrod, son of Cush, was still in the land of Shinar, and he reigned over it and dwelt there, and he built cities in the land of Shinar. And these are the names of the cities which he built, and he called the names after the occurrences that happened to them and the building of the tower. And he called the first Babel, saying, because the Lord there comforted the language of the whole earth, confounded the languages of the whole earth. And the name of the second was called Erech, because from there God dispersed them. And the third he called it Echad, because there was a great battle at that place. And the fourth was called Calneh, because his princes and mighty men were consumed there. And there and they vexed the Lord. They rebelled and transgressed against him. And when Nimrod had built these cities in the land of Shinar, he placed in them the remainder of his people, his princes, and his mighty men that was left in his kingdom. And Nimrod dwelt in Babel, and he there renewed his reign over the rest of his subjects, and he reigned securely. And the subjects of princes of Nimrod called his name Amraphel, saying that at the tower his princes and men fell through his means. And notwithstanding, Nimrod did not return to the Lord, and he continued in wickedness and teaching wickedness to the sons of men. And Merodon, his son, was worse than his father, and continued to add to the abominations of his father. And he cursed the Son of Men to sin. Therefore it is said, from the wicked bringeth forth wickedness. At that time there was war between the families of Ham, and they were dwelling in the cities which they had built. And Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, Elam is modern day Iran, went away from the families of the children of Ham, and he fought with them, and he subdued them. And he went to the 5 cities of the plain, and he fought against them and subdued them, and they were under his control. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to go to the King James Version and read Genesis chapter 10 there. And we begin in the King James Version, chapter 10. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah: Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth: Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, and Tubal, Meshach, and Tyrus. And the sons of Gomer: Ashkenaz, and Riphath, and Togarmah. And the sons of Javan: Elishah, Tarshish, Tittim, and Dudanim. By these were the isles of the Gentiles, divided in their lands, every one after his tongue, after their families and their nations. Now, did you hear what he said in verse number 5? He said, by these were the isles of the Gentiles. So he called the Gentiles the sons of Japheth. Seems very clear to me. Now, verse number 6, let's continue. And the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Put, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush, Sheba, Havilah, Sabtiha, and Rehamah, and Sabticha. And the son of Rehamah, Sheba, Dedan. And Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. Let me pause there for a moment. I want to say again concerning descendants of Ham. Libya is Put. Put is modern day Libya. Ethiopia is modern day Cush. I want to say to you something that you may know and may not know. But Cush, a lot of times people say Cushy. Cushy is the same thing as nigger. So be careful when you use this word. But Cush is Ethiopia. And Palestinian is Canaan. Canaanites. They're like albino, whiter skinned, lighter skinned people can be considered as white because of intermarrying. And Egypt is Mizraim. Mizraim is modern day Egypt. Okay, let's continue back with, I think it was at verse number, let's go back with verse number 4, chapter 10, verse number 4. We'll start back there. And the sons of Javan, Elisha, Tarshish, Tiddim, and Dudanim. By these are the isles of the Gentiles, divided to their lands, every one after his tongue, after their families and their nations. And the sons of Ham is Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush, Sheba, and Havilah, Sabta, and Rehamah, Sabticha. And the son of Rehamah, Sheba, and Dedan. The Cush begot Nimrod. He became to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh, in the land of Shinar. Out of the land went forth Asher, and built Nineveh, and the city Rehoboth, and Calneh, and Resen, between Nineveh and Calneh. The same is a great city. And Mizraim begot Ludam, and Ananim, and Lehabim, and Naphtuhim, and Pathrusim, and Cathluhim, out of whom came Philistim, and Caphthurim, and Cana begot Sidon, the firstborn of Heth, and the Jebusites, and the Amorites, and the Girgashites, and the Hivites, and the Archites, and the Sinites. Now, Sinites are Chinese people. So there we see Chinese people there. They are here under the descendants of Ham. And continue with verse 18. And the Arvadites, and the Zemarites, and the Hamorites, and afterwards were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad. And the borders of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as thou comest to Gara, and to Gaza. Okay, Zidon is in Lebanon, and so Sodom and Gomorrah is in Israel, the southern part of Israel. So is Sahar, Shinar is in southern Israel at the very border, which today it is called Elate, near the Sea of Aqaba, where the Sea of Canal, the Suez Canal, is located in that southern tip. We'll read again verse 19. And the border of the Canaanites were from Sidon, as thou comest to Gara, and to Gaza. You know, modern day Gaza is a little strip by the sea of Israel, what is modern day Israel, where they do all the fighting and killing and murdering at. And Sodom is at the east, east of Lebanon, where the where it's called Zohar and Gadai and Gadi and Gadai and Gomorrah and Admah and Zeboim, even unto Lashus. These are the sons of Ham, after their families, after their tongues, after their countries, and in their nations. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born. The children of Shem, Elam, and Asher, and Aphaxaz, and Lud, and Aram. And the children of Aram, Uz, and Hul, and Gether, and Mesh. And Aphaxaz begot Shelah, and Shelah begot Eber. And unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in the days was the earth divided. And the brother name was Joktan. And Joktan begot Elmodad, and Shelah, and Hazameneph, and Jiran, and Halaram, and Uzel, and Diklah, and Obal, and Abamiel, and Sheba. and Ophir, and Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan, and their dwellings was from Mesha that goeth unto Shephah to the mount of the east. These are the sons of Shem and their families, after the tongue in their lands, after their nations. These are the families of the sons of Noah, after their generations, after their nations, and by these are the nations divided in the earth after the flood. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I want to say thank you for listening. I tell you what, I will read to you and then I'll end the segment. And this thing is going low. This battery's going low. I will pick up from chapter 11, verse number 10, and I will do this very quickly. So I hope my words and pronunciation and enunciation is you can understand. Now these are the generation of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begat Aphaxaz 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he begat Aphaxaz 500 years and begat sons and daughters. And Aphaxaz lived 35 and begat Shelah. And Aphaxaz lived after he begat Shelah 403 years and begat sons and daughters. And Shelah lived 30 years and begat Eber. And Shelah lived after he begat Eber 403 years and begat sons and daughters. And Eber lived 430 years and begat Peleg. And Peleg lived after he begat Peleg 430 years and begat sons and daughters. And Peleg lived 30 years and begat Renu. And Peleg lived after he begat Renu 209 years and begat sons and daughters. And Renu lived 230 years and begat Sherug. And Renu lived after he begat Sherug 207 years and begat sons and daughters. And Sherug lived 30 years and begat Nahor. And Sherug lived after he begat Nahor 200 years and begat sons and daughters. And Nahor lived 39 years and begat Terah. And Nahor lived after he begat Terah 119 years and begat sons and daughters. And Terah lived 70 years and begat Abram. Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran begat Lot. And Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his nativity in Ur of the Chaldeans. And Abram and Nahor took them wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife was Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Iscah. But Sarai was barren, she had no child. And Terah took Abram his son, and Lot, the son of Haran, the son's son, and Sarai, his daughter's wife, and the son of Abram's wife, and they went forth with them to Ur of the land of the Chaldeans. And they came into the Haran, and dwelt there. Now, the Chaldeans are modern day United States American people. And of course, the people in England, they are also these people, Chaldeans. Okay, where was I? And the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. Okay, I'm going to stop there. And this ends the subject of the genealogies. We went from the beginning. Well, we didn't start with Adam and Eve. We started with Terah, actually. Terah was Abraham's father. Abram became Abraham. That was his father. He worshiped idols. So from there, and we can look far back as what happened at the Tower of Babel with Nimrod. But from the time of creation with Adam and Eve until the time of Babel, thousands of years had already passed. Thousands of years. Um, don't know how many. You can go and count the years, but I haven't done that. But you can count the years. But until the Tower of Babel, from the beginning of creation, many years, thousands of years have passed. So these people God has scattered from amongst the earth, all over the planet Earth, and so it explains how people came to the land what you call America. What Columbus said he discovered. So people were already here when God had scattered people from all the whole earth, and the people that God scattered came from these families. And I mean, it's a nice study, but it doesn't do anything as far as edifying God or praising God. But as far as just spending time studying and wanting to understand instead of staying out in the streets and doing crazy stuff, it's a nice waste of time. But if you want to do something productive, praise and give glory to God and live holy and live righteous. Okay, thank you for listening. I'm ending this subject now. Thank you again for listening. Have a great day.